Hey, this is Anthony from the Best in the West. Today we are in Orange Park Acres, California. We're doing a set of cantilever steps. These are the old steps here, and they called me in to do a new design, and they basically let me design it. A lot of people do that. I've even gotten plans from landscape architects, and I've told the people I could design it a better look than what they got. So I'm really good at designing. This is kind of a signature look that I do here. You guys have seen it before, like with the floating steps and the stamped one, and I broomed one, stagger them. I put a 1 foot band around the perimeter. I have a stamped one, a broomed one, and I sandblasted the center on this one. It's really cool, and the band is broomed, so it's a really nice look. And I put 3 planters in each of the long steps for like a tea tree or whatever. That's actually a mailbox right there. I was digging a hillside out in Laguna Beach with all my equipment, so I had my friend come over and demo this because it was Thanksgiving week, and I didn't think that they were going to want me to go, but they did, so I just came and did it. I did the entryway, a 5 foot sidewalk in front of the house and the side of the house, but I'll split the videos because I poured them separately. Here we are with the Best in the West. We're in Orange, California. We demoed, we just broke all this entryway right here. Check it out. Come on up. We knocked this up. This was actually a mailbox. It was massive. Just tipped right over. Knocked all the stairs out. We're going to take them in sections and big pieces, just one step at a time. We got these planters and this walkway. We got the front porch. This is all going to be cantilever sandblasted with a ribbon around it. It's going to be one hot entryway.
We're demoing it pretty quick, so another early day.
Yeah, we just started. We got a demo over here. Check this out. The driveway was replaced by somebody else. I'm not sure who poured the driveway or whatever, but it was poured before I got here. And then we're tearing this out over here. This side over here. There's a gas meter right here, so we got to watch it, but we're tearing all this out up to the fence.
It's old school salt finish.
This is old school. Yeah, show them.
Looks
this
bitchin'.
This is 70s salt finish.
Look at the powder color in it.
Pretty sweet.
All right, let's finish it up.
So the demo went really fast. We did it half a day. It looks harder when you first look at it, but you can just do it step by step and take it in whole pieces. It's not that hard of a demo. But up front, in the front porch, around the house, we had to do a little hand demoing because we don't want to knock the stucco off or hit something. And he brought a bigger tractor, so he couldn't get up all the way up close. But it was fairly easy demo. We demoed the entryway, the front planters and sidewalk on the side of the house. We come back and set it up. So you just grab them in big pieces, each step at a time. You can grab it. It's not that difficult. If you don't have the right equipment, it could probably be fairly difficult, time consuming, labor intense. This is a pretty easy demo. The design and the look on it's really nice, cantilevered. You'll see it coming up, the finish I achieved and the way I did it. I'll go over that and explain the different ways you can do it. I think we just had 3 of this guy and his friend and me demoed this out. It's 2 loads, just under 2 loads, probably a load and a half. So you just break it at where it meets the other step, hit it with the hammer, or you can just lift it up and pick them up like that. It's fairly simple. Did a lot of wires to the mailbox. There's electrical going to it through here and some bunch of sprinkler stuff. I didn't know what was what. So the next day when we were setting it up, I traced it all and we found it all what it all was. This job I think was 4 days. There's one demo, one setup, and then I split the pours up. You could pour it all in one day. It cost me a little bit more the way I did it, but you need to just concentrate on the custom part, and then the sidewalk on the sides was pretty easy. The sidewalk here to the left of him, we put the band and sandblasted it too. And we're just mixing the loads. Usually you want to separate the concrete from the brick, but it's just too much work, so we just separate it and pay a higher dump fee. You can't take it to the crushing plant because they crush it and make road base out of it, and the brick is clay. You can't get compaction out of it. Here's the next day. We got Pedro and Mario setting this up. I miscalculated this thing. I usually don't miss this stuff, but I didn't show it on the video, but the porch was about 5 or 6 feet longer. I shortened it. It had more steps in it. It was way steeper, so I put less steps in it and made it less way not as steep, not even close. So when you set the forms, I had to take out about 5 yards of dirt by hand. This say too. I didn't show it, but I miscalculated. I should have done it when the tractor was there, but for some reason I missed it. So just account for that if you're dropping it down and you're not making it as steep and you can make it more level at a 2% or something. A bunch of dirt's coming out. This is cantilever. This is much easier than the floating steps because you can pour it all in one shot. You don't got to go every other step. It's not that difficult. It's a design a lot of people can do and a finish and achieve. People are doing entryways. I do a lot of entryways, and they usually ask me how to, because you got the house elevation, the driveway elevation, and the street elevation. So you got to calc how many steps. You don't. It was way steeper before, so it's a way better entryway. This was about just under $30 a square foot for the whole job, so it's about $32,000 for the entry, the sidewalk, and the side of the house. I don't remember the square footage or whatever that calcs to. Maybe 1,300 square feet. I'm not sure. 1,400. See, we had to dig it down to get the forms in. I didn't bring any laborers or nothing. I just had Pedro and Mario, and I'm like, oh man. There's a planter there. They're just 1 foot by 1 foot. No lights going in this. They're gonna put them up the side. But we got planters inside the steps on the 3 longer ones. That's number 3 rebar. We're just putting it in each square, tying it up into the next step. It's not a super difficult setup. It was one day. We dug out 5 yards of dirt by hand and set it up in one day. The whole job. Here I am with the pump. This is a easy pump day. I got 4 guys on the steps in the entry. I don't want to mess around with it. It's a 3-man job all day long, but there's a lot of facing and a lot of handwork and tooling, so I just brought another guy. That's an Olin 545. That's the only way to do this kind of stuff. Imagine wheelbarrow on this thing up there. Putting plastic up. There's no plastic. There's no on the door, on the brick, on nothing. There's no concrete if you know what you're doing. I can do this and look like I didn't even work. I can stay so clean doing it. It's just from years of doing it. I think the entryway is 9 yards in the front porch. Pretty sure that's what I ordered. This is a 3,000 straight cement microfiber. Same mix I always use, summer and winter. We don't have to switch. It's like 75, 78 degree day. That's a 2.5 inch hose coming off my pump. I reduce it down to 2 inch. It's easier to handle. And I don't have a 2.5 inch washout hook. They make them, but I just don't use that much 2.5. I'm running about a 5 inch slump's about right for this. I got 1% polar set in it. It's an accelerant. It's like CC, but it's a way better product. It's consistent. So we're going to be tooling a 1 foot band around each step in the entryway and brooming it, and then we're going to sandblast the center. It's a top cast finish, basically, acid etch. It retards the top probably 1/16 of an inch. It's not an exposed aggregate. It's just an exposed sand. But I didn't want to wash it because you got to contain it if it goes down in the street. So I'm like, nah, I'm not going to do that. I mean, if it's in the backyard and stuff, I'll top cast it. You can use sugar. You can use Ruggusol. There's all kinds of ways to do it. You can use acid with a sponge. Top cast is the best product, though. Sandblasting's the most uniform. You're not going to get any better than that. So it's not cheap, but it's a better product in the end. And I designed so many entryways and people from YouTube just where I get all my work. So you got to put up the best product. That's obviously what I'm doing. This is a Saturday. I poured this on, and I poured the front sidewalk and the side on a Monday. Just rolling this up. My day's done. I'm just gonna keep an eye on everything, make sure everything comes out sweet. It's a basic job. I mean, it's expensive to do it. There's a lot of details to doing it, you know. The setup's fairly easy. Use a 2x4 on the inside to achieve the cantilever. See, each other step, every other step is longer, so I put a planter inside of it to break it up a little bit. Stuff's going off just perfect with the polar set in it. Nothing's hanging up. And we got all hands deck on it, out on it. These are sweet. This is really nice work. My new crew, I don't have like 7, 8 guys out there each time. I don't really need it. And we're brooming the band, and the center will be sandblasted. There's a look there. You can see how sweet that came out. Yeah, there it is there. So that's a 1-foot band. The planter's a 1x1. Here's Sean and my buddy. He sandblasts. He's been doing it for about 25 years. Whenever I sandblast, I have him do it. But you'll see on the finish, it's just an etch. It's just a sand finish. There's no aggregate exposed. He's actually uses sand too. I heard some people use eggshells, and I've heard of all kinds of different stuff, but I've only seen him use sand. But I don't do it all the time. Just got a generator and compressor. You can't get too close with a sand or you'll blow a piece off. You gotta be really good at it. Because it's 3 days old when he comes out, so it's still green, it's still soft. Just blasting this out. He doesn't touch the ribbon's broomed. I want to thank everyone who's watched me this year and supported the channel. If you guys keep hanging with me, I'll hang with you. I'll keep putting up the best product up there. I hope everyone has a nice holiday and a happy new year. Thank you very much for watching The Best in the West.